back today with our Galentine's makes, or if you're watching this at the weekend when it's come out, our pre-Galentine's makes, because we've decided that every day is Galentine's Day. So
at least also over it, yeah.
So these are the makes that we talked about a few weeks ago. I think has it all gone to plan what we decided to make?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think so.
There's been no changes, and we all got them done on time. So there was some late night sewing last night. Maybe Elma, do you want to? Well, we can talk through.
Yeah, definitely. So I made a couple of things. I've got this turtleneck, which is actually a hack of our ultimate t-shirt.
Love it.
I love this.
So I changed the neckline a bit, and obviously the neckband. And because I didn't have a plain black top as discussed previously, and I really wanted a plain black top to go under this new little slip dress, which I am in love with. I'm very happy. So it wasn't smooth sailing, I have to say. There were changes that happened during the process, but this is technically the Sidbury slip dress pattern. That's what it started as. And then I did the finishing of the elderly top, which is just visibly bound on the outside, and basically the binding becomes the straps, which is very clever. I love that.
And is that hard to do in this viscose?
Yes.
It's looking really neat.
I took my time. I did it. Basically, my little toile that I made was in a really plasticky satin, and I thought that would be harder.
Yeah,
but actually, it was sturdier, and so it was easier. Whereas the viscose, my machine wanted to eat it at all times. So it was so frustrating. But eventually I did it. And then the other thing I noticed is that I checked the height of the straps, because that's how you do it in the elderly. You kind of pin it. You sew it to the front and then try it on and pin it to the back. And I had to take off so much because the viscose is heavier. So it just dragged everything down. So I had a situation. And I took off so much, and eventually I ended up on this, which is a very good height. I feel like I could potentially wear it in the summer with just the bra. It's very short, but definitely on top of t-shirts is perfect, and there's enough room that I left, to accommodate that.
It's hard to imagine now, but when we get to the heat wave,
I know, I'll be like, at home anyway. It can be like.
So did you size it up to wear a top underneath, or?
No, I didn't. No, so I made a straight size 10. I added ties at the back, so just where the notch for the waist seam.
Oh yeah,
for the waist,
the waist
notch. That's where I put my things, and I did just basically tubes and rectangles turned into tubes and then tied up, which I really like. It's not even tied very tightly, but it just needs a little suggestion of the shaping.
Yeah.
But the big thing that changed was the length, because I made the longer length of the Sidbury, thinking it would probably hit me kind of mid-calf, so a midi, but it was shorter than that, and it ended up being kind of just below the knee, and I hated it. So once I finished the dress, I was like, oh no, I hate it so much. But I think it just hit me at the wrong spot. I think if I could have lengthened it, I would have lengthened it to a midi, but I didn't have enough fabric, and also it's cut on the bias. It would have looked very weird as a job. So I literally just took the scissors and chopped a big chunk off, and now it's a mini, and I don't often wear minis, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's really sweet. It's I like it. I've got it with boots and tights on, and I really like that look, and I think with trainers as well it would look really cute.
Yeah. And say how you finish the hem.
I know, I've been looking at that.
So I've done a little tiny rolled hem on the overlocker. We've got a class and stitch call, and since we released that, I've been using it on everything.
It's perfect because it gives you a little bit of.
It looks really neat.
Professional.
Have you got red in the hem?
Red in the hem. So I had, because I don't have 3 spools of black, so one had to be red on the inside as well. And then I thought, why not?
Intentional.
Very intentional. I wonder if I can show it without flashing. I'm flashing the girls behind. I'm sorry about that. Can you see it? No. Yeah, there it is. There it is. So, sorry, about the show. That's my favourite way of finishing a really light garment. In something like a viscose or a satin for the Selena skirt. All of my Selenas are heavy like that.
And it's once you get it, it's so quick. So quick.
You just change a few things on the overlocking machine, like a few settings, but once that's changed, the hemming is so much faster than what it would be. Yeah. So yeah, that's my favourite way of finishing it. So all in all, it was a bit stressful. I thought I hated it at one point, but I do have these, I always have this, like at one point, I'm like, oh no, I've made a terrible mistake, everything's wrong. And then you come out at the other end, and sometimes that means taking the scissors and just going, not thinking about it too much.
True. Right decision.
Because I thought if it's really, really wrong, I will turn it into a top.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. So
And you got some fabric enough for...
This is the fabric that I cut off the bottom. I made a very improvised headscarf, but I love it. I love bringing everything together like that. So there you go.
Nice.
Pure 90s. I think we can all agree.
It's a great success.
Yeah. What did you say to me, Jemima?
I said you look like two things. You look like Monica from season 1 of Friends, and you look like you've just stepped out of an Almodovar film.
Both of which I embrace and I love, so I'm very happy with the results. But yeah, there we go. Yeah. So moving on to Chloe and her beautiful, stunning Martha.
This is my Martha dress.
I love it.
Brilliant. And this is probably the most technical dress I've made ever. So I'm really proud of myself because it's got lining, so the bodice inside is lining. And I've gone for contrast lining, which is quite impressed.
It's not rolling.
Because you just have to roll it under, and then it's sort of understitched inside here, which holds it there, which is nice. And then you can see I have done contrast with the pockets, but I just need to. I haven't quite caught them in, so I'm just going to adjust that later.
Done.
But yeah, I'm really, really pleased with it. I'm really happy. I like the colour.
Yes.
And I think it'd be nice when I can wear it without tights. I can imagine with just some like Birkenstocks or something.
Oh, so nice.
But also it's sort of like you could wear it. It feels, I think, because it's lined and the way it's fitted, it feels quite fancy.
Proper.
So if I wore like heels,
definitely.
Oh no, it would be quite natural.
It feels
It
a bit
feels
fancy.
special.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And I feel very swishy in it.
And you twirled the bodice, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I did twirl a bodice, which I'm really glad that I did.
You've got a good fit.
Really good.
So I ended up. What did I do? I cut out an 18 for the twirl, and then I ended up taking some at the back because I had where the zip is at the back here.
You had a bit there.
I had a bit here, so
Extra.
I took some in from there, and then I just added some, like literally just seam allowance almost,
All right.
just here and here. So
Clever.
a little bit more coverage,
Yeah.
because this one does have a low V. It is the style.
Which does look amazing.
Right, which is nice. Which is really, really nice. So I'm really pretty happy with that fit.
Yeah.
It's just sort of covers the
It's
bra a
really
bit better.
good.
Yeah.
And you did something really clever with the twirl. I think you should share because obviously you don't want to do a zip when you're doing a twirl.
Yeah, so the pieces, obviously you can see it's got the zip back here. So when I made my twirl, I cut all the pieces out as the pattern said, and then I just sewed up the back and then had this open and just tied it round because the real pattern is actually fixed from here. Can you see that? So that half isn't, but this bit is fixed, and then you get in through the zip. But I just sort of swapped it round to do a really quick
That's clever.
twirl, so I wasn't.
It's so clever.
So potential for it to be like a cute little Martha
Yeah.
top.
Yes. I was just thinking that.
Like vintagey shorts, cute Martha top.
Or our wonderful ruby skirt, which is now out.
That is more,
Our free ruby skirt with a little
You think without the
matching
sleeves as well, like literally just a little.
Yeah, for the height of summer.
Yeah.
How
think
cute!
It'd be really
That
nice.
would be really nice, actually.
Actually.
Because that's the thing, like once you've done the twirl, and now I've got the fit of this body.
Yes.
Because,
You want to do it again and again.
yeah, because I did see that Lisa had done the mashup with this bodice and the Farah bottoms. And there's it's a tutorial on Stitch School.
Yes.
Because all you do is swap the zip to the side, and that looked really cool.
It looks
That's
really,
really
really
nice.
cool.
I love
and that would be like a really smart jumpsuit.
Yeah, actually,
Like-
quite a dressy
Yeah.
jumpsuit.
Yeah.
I think
Fit
this
fancy.
wrap looks amazing on you, and you've
Oh,
nailed
thanks.
the fit. So I think you should just
Thanks.
use it on everything.
Again.
Yeah. And that's the thing, I I never really did toiles before, but now you're like, yeah, it really doesn't take that long, and you
It's
now
so
Saves
worth
the
it.
heartache.
It's so worth
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And then once you've got that, you're right. You just want, like, you feel like you've done the hard work, so that you can just confidently
Go
hack it
cut
and
it and do it.
Yeah, exactly.
and it is the gateway to hacking, isn't it?
It is.
The gateway
Yeah.
to hacking.
Once you've got your,
I love that.
yeah, once you've got your size there, you're like, okay, well, maybe I could take that bodice,
Yeah,
this skirt, and
But you know, everything fits, and then
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just a style thing that you're changing, and it's
Yeah,
nice.
it's fewer unknowns.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
But yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I feel really, really proud of myself for doing
You
this.
should do. It's lovely.
Have you tried it over a top?
I did,
Yes,
yeah, and it's
amazing.
yeah, it fits.
So I'm
There's
thinking
room,
like with a
enough
t-shirt.
ease.
Bit
Yeah.
casual.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah,
Beautiful
Love it.
Martha dress. Very good.
Yeah, of course. So I'm wearing my Doris dress. Pretty. You can see the bottom. I don't have too much to say because I didn't change very much. Just to make the
amazing.
Doris
Nice.
dress. But I really like it. I love this neckline. We
Beautiful
actually
one.
don't have that many patterns
No.
with a scoop quite so
Yeah,
low as
that's
this. I really
true.
like it. And I like the ties at the back.
yeah.
I love that.
And the skirt has got 7 panels, which makes it so
Wow.
squishy, which I really like.
Seven.
Yeah, I know, a lot.
Wow.
And I made it in this viscose twill, which I talked about in the last video. We still have a little bit in stock.
Oh, yes.
Anyone
We'll link
fancies.
to it.
And I had a bit of a crisis about the buttons, which I was
Yeah.
sharing with Alma earlier this week because I just couldn't decide. You were pushing a little bit for me to go with
Large,
big
white,
white buttons.
Oh yeah, I did see those laid out. They would look nice.
They would have, but I
different
just
style.
Yeah, I
different
just I don't know. I felt like I wanted to turn it back a bit, so I've just gone with plain blue, which is really nice.
It
Navy
looks very
buttons.
classic.
Thank
very
you.
nice.
Yes, it's a 6 in the bodice, graded to an 8 at the waist, which is normal for me. I did make a toile also of the bodice to check if it needed a small bust adjustment because sometimes I need that as well.
Good.
I know, it's my New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'm glad I did that, but I didn't need to change anything, so that was good, and then I could confidently
Go
just
in.
make it. Yeah,
Brilliant.
and it's sort of between the lengths. So
what did you choose?
I cut out the paper pattern for the longer length,
Yeah.
and then I'd already cut the fabric, and I didn't have enough. So
Oh.
because I just sort of guessed, I think. I can't remember, but anyway, I didn't have enough, so I just cut it to as much as I had, which was about 2 inches, 5 centimetres smaller.
Shorter than
So somewhere
longer.
between the two. Yeah, I think bang in between. I am quite short though, I'm only 5'3", so
Yeah.
I probably would have taken it up anyway. I imagine.
yeah.
And I quite like this length.
It's lovely.
It's going to be so nice in the summer
I
as
think,
well.
yeah,
Yes.
it's kind of working with tights, but it's better.
I
think.
really want to
Better
see with
yeah.
white trainers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
And
going to look so pretty.
I was thinking about I've got my blue Amelia jacket, and I think that would go quite well
Yes.
over it soon
Oh,
when it's
so
a little bit
good,
warmer. Yeah.
Lovely.
Just to say that decision of if you kind of go by what fabric you've got to choose the length. I've done that many
Oh,
times.
Yeah.
With sleeves, for example, it's like, oh, no,
Yeah.
yeah, short sleeve. It's
Fabric
fine. You go with what you have. I think
Yeah.
you learn to be scrappy.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
always
exactly.
works out. It's fine.
There's nothing worse than when you've got loads left over. Isn't
No,
there? So
yeah,
let's
that's
just
more
make it to
frustrating
fit.
even.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we were all quite scrappy with our fabrics.
We
Because
were,
you,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
did with the lining.
That's kind of why I
You didn't have
chose.
enough, did you?
Yeah, that's why I chose this line
Yeah.
because I only had 3 and a bit meters of the black fabric.
right. And Martha
Needed
is quite
to throw
hungry,
on
isn't she?
a
Yeah.
half, I think.
Fabric hungry.
But yeah, I managed to. Yeah, this is easy enough.
Right.
Yeah, I probably got it out of just over 3 meters. Really,
Oh,
there was a
so
little bit
good.
left over.
That's it, and especially
Really
when you're using
clever.
something plain or something non-directional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can move around.
Something's
fine.
upside down.
This
something's
was a
crosswise.
tiny remnant actually. It was
Oh,
about
yeah.
a meter.
Oh yeah.
So I have a seam here on my sleeves. I don't
It's a-
care.
it's a feature.
It's a feature now. It's almost like a cuff.
Even if
Yeah,
I'd seen
there
that, I
you
would have
go.
thought it was deliberate.
It was a choice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There you
It's
go.
the same.
Style
It
choice.
was decided by that. Fine. And did you get clever with your fabric?
I did. I did.
There
So
you
this
go.
is my Pippa skirt. So it's just the skirt of the
So
Pippa
good.
dress that we released in January, and it's one of the
Beautiful.
quickest things I've ever made.
Really?
Yeah, no, she
For sewing
I
wise,
saw her do it, and it was like an hour later. I was like, "Hang on, you've got a
it was
skirt."
so good. It was maybe
It's so fast.
I spent more time having a little think about how I wanted it to work
Okay.
than I did for actually cutting and
So
sewing.
the
it.
engineering more
Yes,
than the sewing.
that's it. But now, like a 12, now I've done that work.
Yeah.
You can make
Super
these
quick.
one after another.
Exactly. So yeah, it does, because Pippa does take quite a lot of fabric because of this big skirt. But my sneaky thing was I put facings on the inside, and I'm actually probably going to do a little reel or something to show you how I did this. But all the facings I cut on the cross grain to kind of fit in the gaps, because they go along here and then all the way down. It's maxi length. So they are long and thin and very wasteful of fabric, because you have this whole expanse that you can't use. But then luckily the main panels kind of fitted in to that expanse.
Fine.
But it was super easy to make, so quick. It took me, I think, 2 hours to sew.
That's right.
Maybe another half an hour or so for buttonholes. So they're functional buttons, so these, I won't undo them.
No.
I won't do them, no, I will not flash you all. But they can undo, and the only thing I did that I wouldn't necessarily do is I made the buttonholes as small as I possibly could to fit my buttons through. So my buttons, you have to kind of wiggle through, but they're not going anywhere. Because I was a little bit worried that, you know, sometimes if you have a button across somewhere where it's
security,
it might open.
Right.
But yeah, it's not going anywhere.
I love it. And it's so exactly your style.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It really is.
So, me and worn with a classic black top, because that's what I wear with everything.
Perfect.
But I tried it on with little t-shirts as well for the summer.
Yeah.
I think this one's in a crepe, but I think as well one in a viscose would be really nice and cool for the summer.
So cool, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, a really, really quick hack.
Beautiful.
So quick, and I feel like super glam.
Yeah,
In a maxi, just on a Thursday. It's nice.
You mean just
I
on
mean
a
on
Saturday? Coming to you live. It's beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
love it. I'm very proud of everyone. Like
I think
you were saying,
put
they're
up
a
stops.
bit more advanced than
Yeah.
our last ones, which I can't remember.
I can't
which ones
remember,
they were.
but I do feel like
We've put in a
leveled
bit
up.
more
Yeah.
thinking and a bit more work. They
Yeah.
weren't just like super fast out of the packet things.
No,
We've all
exactly.
done some digging and some, I don't know, clever
some thinking.
engineering. But yeah, and we were all clearly dreaming of summer.
I know. Yeah. But I think we've held it in enough.
We have.
Because they can
Hold
all.
ourselves
You've
in.
got it with the top on.
Yeah.
You said that yours went to the top. I've had it on with a cardi today.
Yeah.
You've got it.
Yeah, I've got it.
And I feel like our
It's
colour
working.
palette's dark.
Yes.
Yes. That's true.
It's allowed.
Transition is all about the transition.
But I can't wait to see all of these in action when the weather is warm
Yeah.
and they're less covered up. But we hope you've enjoyed this video, and we hope that we've inspired you to try something new, make something. Maybe you've got a pattern of ours that you haven't made for ages. Maybe you give it a new lease of life. That's what we love to do with these videos, really, is giving you a little bit of pointers and I look at how we think about patterns and how we use them. It's like how to approach your next make. But yeah, let us know if you're wearing something me made for Galentine's. Are you celebrating Galentine's? Which, in case you don't know it, it's like Valentine's Day but with your friends. With your gals. And it's a Monday, so yeah, we'll be wearing these, we'll be having fun in these, but make sure that you like the video and you subscribe to our channel and find all the information below. Hopefully we don't forget anything else I need to
think
say.
that's good.
I think that's quite comprehensive.
Yeah.
And have a lovely weekend. Bye.
Bye.